Welcome to Moments in History channel. Have you ever seen those soldiers at the Vatican in the incredibly colorful, almost theatrical uniforms? They look like they've stepped right out of a Renaissance painting. Well, they're not just for show. They are the Pontifical Swiss Guard, one of the oldest and most elite military units in the entire world. And their story is absolutely fascinating. For over 500 years, they have been the personal bodyguards of the Pope, a living, breathing symbol of loyalty, discipline, and centuries-old tradition. But don't let the fancy uniforms fool you. Beneath those brightly colored stripes and puffy sleeves are highly trained, modern soldiers tasked with one of the most important security details on the planet. So, how did this unique military force come to be? Why are they Swiss? And what does it really take to become one of these iconic guardians of the Vatican? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the Swiss Guard, exploring their dramatic history, their rigorous training, and the solemn oath that binds them to protect the Pope, even at the cost of their own lives. Let's travel back to the early 16th century. Europe was a continent of shifting alliances and constant warfare. And popes were not just spiritual leaders, they were powerful political figures, rulers of the papal states, commanding armies and engaging in conflicts. In this volatile environment, having a reliable and fiercely loyal personal guard was not a luxury, it was a necessity. Pope Julius II, known as the warrior pope for his military ambitions, knew exactly where to find the best soldiers of the era: Switzerland. For centuries, Swiss mercenaries had earned a formidable reputation across Europe. They were known for their unmatched bravery, unwavering discipline on the battlefield, and a unique fighting style with their long pikes that could stop even the most fearsome cavalry charges. Kings and dukes from France to Spain sought to hire them. So in 1506, Pope Julius II formally requested a contingent of Swiss soldiers to serve as his personal bodyguards and to protect the Vatican. On January 22, 1506, a group of 150 Swiss soldiers, led by Captain Caspar von Sillenen, marched into Rome and presented themselves to the Pope. This moment marked the official founding of the Pontifical Swiss Guard. From that day forward, they became the dedicated protectors of the Holy See. Their loyalty was put to the ultimate test just 2 decades later, during a tragic and heroic event that cemented their legacy forever. In 1527, the city of Rome was attacked and brutally sacked by the mutinous troops of Holy Roman Emperor Charles V. As the invaders stormed the city and breached the Vatican's walls, the Swiss Guard mounted a last stand. 189 guardsmen stood their ground in St. Peter's Square, fighting a desperate battle to allow Pope Clement VII time to escape. 147 of them fell, but their sacrifice was not in vain. The Pope, along with the remaining guards, managed to flee to the safety of the Castel Sant'Angelo through a secret passage. This incredible act of bravery, known as the Stand of the Swiss Guard, is commemorated every year and serves as the ultimate example of their motto, Acriter et fideliter, which means bravely and faithfully. Now let's talk about those uniforms, because they are impossible to ignore. They are a kaleidoscope of blue, red, and orange-yellow, the official colors of the Medici family, in honor of Pope Leo X. Many people mistakenly believe that Michelangelo designed them, but that's a popular myth. The current design was actually introduced in the early 20th century by Commandant Jules Ripond, who was inspired by 16th century depictions of the Guard and Raphael's frescoes. The uniform is a masterpiece of tailoring, consisting of 154 separate pieces, and each one is custom-made for the individual guardsmen in the Vatican's own tailor shop. The puffy sleeves and trousers, known as Pluderhosen, are typical of Renaissance fashion. The guards wear different helmets depending on the occasion, a simple black beret for daily duty, and a polished metal morion helmet with a brightly colored ostrich feather plume for ceremonial events. Red for halberdiers, yellow and black for drummers, and a striking white plume for the commandant and sergeant major. While it looks purely ceremonial, the uniform is a symbol of their long history and a constant reminder of the centuries of service that came before them. But what about the person inside the uniform? Becoming a Swiss Guard is no easy feat. The requirements are incredibly strict and have remained largely unchanged for centuries. First and foremost, you must be a Swiss citizen. You must also be a practicing Catholic, single at the time of recruitment, and hold an impeccable moral character. Aspiring guards must be between 19 and 30 years old and at least 5 feet 8.5 inches tall. Crucially, every recruit must have completed basic military training with the Swiss Armed Forces. This ensures that every new guard arrives at the Vatican with a solid foundation in military discipline, weapons handling, and tactical awareness. They don't just pick men who look good in a uniform, they are selecting proven soldiers. After passing a rigorous selection process, recruits commit to a minimum of 26 months of service. Life at the Vatican is a blend of ancient tradition and modern security work. A new guard's first months are spent in an intensive training school. They learn Italian, study Vatican geography, and receive specialized training in everything from crowd control and VIP protection to advanced marksmanship and unarmed combat. They train with both traditional weapons, like the halberd, a combination of an axe and a pike, and modern firearms like the SIG SG 550 rifle and Glock pistols. Their duties are multifaceted. You'll see them standing silent and motionless at the entrances to Vatican City, at the Apostolic Palace, and outside the Pope's personal apartments. This is their most visible role, the Guard of Honor, but their work goes far beyond that. They are responsible for the personal security of the Pope, whether he is at the Vatican or traveling abroad. This involves plainclothes security details, intelligence gathering, and close protection tactics, just like any other elite bodyguard unit in the world. They manage access control for the entire Vatican City state, screening thousands of visitors, dignitaries, and staff every single day. During papal masses and public audiences in St. Peter's Square, they are on high alert, blending into the crowds, constantly scanning for any potential threats. It's a demanding job that requires constant vigilance, physical fitness, and a deep sense of duty. The guards live inside the Vatican in a communal barracks, fostering a strong sense of brotherhood and camaraderie. While their lives are disciplined, they also have time for sports, study, and socializing within the unique community of Vatican City. The most significant event in a guard's career is the annual swearing-in ceremony, held every May 6th to honor the memory of the 147 guards who died during the sack of Rome. It's a solemn and magnificent affair held in the San Damaso courtyard of the Apostolic Palace. In the presence of high-ranking Vatican officials and representatives of the Swiss government, new recruits, called halberdiers, take their oath. Dressed in their full gala uniform and holding the flag of the Swiss Guard in their left hand, each recruit raises their right hand with 3 fingers extended, symbolizing the Holy Trinity. They then declare their oath in either German, French, or Italian, pledging to faithfully, loyally, and honorably serve the Supreme Pontiff and his legitimate successors, and to dedicate myself to protecting him, sacrificing, if necessary, even my own life for him. It is a powerful and moving moment that connects the modern guard to the hundreds of years of sacrifice and service that define their order. It's a promise that goes far beyond a simple employment contract. It's a sacred vow. So, the next time you see a picture or video of the Swiss Guard at the Vatican, look past the colorful uniform. See them for what they truly are. An elite corps of modern soldiers bound by a 500-year-old tradition of faithfulness and courage. They are a living bridge between the Renaissance and the 21st century, a testament to the enduring power of loyalty and faith. Their presence is a quiet but powerful statement that in an ever-changing world, some duties, some traditions, and some vows are truly timeless. The Swiss Guard is not a historical reenactment. They are a vital, active security force, continuing a sacred mission that began over 5 centuries ago. And their story is a remarkable chapter in the long history of the papacy and the city they are sworn to protect. Thanks for watching. If you found the story of the Swiss Guard as fascinating as I do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Moments in History channel for more deep dives into history's most interesting stories. Let me know in the comments what other historical topics you'd like to see covered. Until next time, stay curious.